Good morning, everybody, and welcome to ITHive.org's live tech show, episode 38. And just a reminder for everyone, if you're attending this session live, please feel free to ask questions. If you want me to answer anything at all, just post it in the comments and I'll see what I can do and do my best there. If you're watching it after the fact, you can do the same. And if there's a question I can answer, I'll get back to you. So today, episode 38. I've covered this subject before, but it's very important because it's kind of the core to what we do and why we exist and where we're going, right? And the whole concept of that. We are not just another tech support company. There's a reason why we're called ITHive.org. And my efforts here in this video would be to explain that and make that clear, so any potential new customers can understand what they're going to get when they have a relationship and a partnership with ITHive.org. So the big thing is why. So really quickly, there are several reasons why we're doing what we're doing. Okay, so one is education. It's a big cornerstone of everything we're doing is education. We want to empower customers and make them feel comfortable with their technology and give them an environment where they can just reach out to someone they can trust, someone they have a personal relationship with, and say, hey, what's happening here? I need some help. Give me a hand. And first and foremost, on all our calls, our focus is education and empowering the person we're talking to. It's so important for what we're doing. And why is that, right? Well, traditionally, and just a bit of background there, I've done this kind of work for 15 years, and a lot of techs don't do this well. A lot of tech companies don't even think about this because, unfortunately, in my industry, not in all cases, but in a large part of it, is they have this crazy notion that if they empower or educate clients, they'll do less business or they'll make less money. Our focus here is that we're doing the right thing, the thing that needs to be done. The education empowering of clients, and where we will see benefits there is that those clients will be happy with that, and then they'll tell other people, right? It's just a better way to go. So that's education. And the other aspect here is, so when we set up clients, we set up everybody generally at a very basic level with the same tools and technology. And the nice thing with that is, and there are some deviants, we start out at a base standard platform for everybody, which is a smart thing to do. And then we customize from there as needed for the needs of the particular client. But what happens here is that so often we see things happening. We encounter an issue with a client, and that brings up a particular, oh, hey, we could do this a little bit better, or, oh, there's an issue here, right? We should start putting that in our process to, help others not have that problem. So whatever work we're doing with one client, right, we look at that and say, well, can that solution fit for everyone, or is other clients at risk of having that happen again? So we proactively put things in our service so that we will take an experience from one person or one company, and when we resolve that, right, roll that into a benefit for others. And we see this happen all the time, right? And it's so important because when there's things going on, sometimes we're the front lines, right? And it's happening, and there isn't a lot of information on what's going on. But we can learn firsthand and then apply those solutions to other people. So you benefit that way from kind of a community support network. Number 3 here is trust and safety. The internet is full of good and bad things. I would say there's a 50-50 split. And a lot of people get into trouble looking for services and only thinking cost or thinking free. And that's where issues come, right? So again, solutions and neat services that are out there and all those things, we will let people know, right? And and moving forward, we're hoping, and I'll talk a little bit more about this later on, but we're hoping that we can create an environment where we have services just right in the ITHive.org world where people can join and subscribe to and benefit from, right? So that's all coming. But trust and safety, by all means, everything. I'm constantly, looking and understanding the risks that are out there, the new things that are happening and everything. And I have yet to have any of my customers suffer from a new threat out there. And we're quite happy with that. We do the things that need to be done, and we do the things that people sometimes don't do or don't realize that they're broken. So, just like if you have a car, right, you drive it, you use it and stuff. Do you know how to change the oil or grease the fittings or realize that there's another issue? No, you have a mechanic for that. Well, it's very the same kind of process. You can think of it, but much better, right? Because we're connected to your technology, and we understand if your technology is not doing so good, and we will either fix it or contact you and make sure that it gets resolved. Okay, so that's really important. Reasonable cost. So I think the thing that people always struggle from when they have a technology issue is sticker shock. So, traditionally, you use your computer, you don't have any ongoing support, you don't have a relationship with a tech, you have a problem, you call, and that person that comes and helps you might not know or definitely won't have any history for you as a person or for your technology. And you're going to pay. You're going to pay lots, right? Because there's a lot of things that have to happen in order for that person or for that tech to understand that. So we work with all our clients, whether they're, residential to a business, and we understand what your actual needs are, right? What time do you need? What kind of support do you need? And over time, we don't do this on day one, but over time, our goal is always to try and get that individual or that business to have more or less the same cost every month. And that cost would reflect their individual needs, whether it's business or residential. And the nice thing with that is that you're not in this situation where you have this big crisis, because we prevent crises in the first place, and then you have to fork out, $800 or $1,000 to get it fixed because you didn't do anything, right? So we have this, you pay this fixed price every month, right? And there's less sticker shock, and you have a relationship, and there's a trust, and we don't just relationship with your technology. We form relationships with the business owner or a residential client, and we understand that individual and that individual's needs, right? And we make recommendations based on that. So over time, you get a solution that fits your needs, right? And the other thing that differs a lot from other tech companies where we stand is that we actually measure what our costs are for our client, right? We're sensitive about that, right? And if there are opportunities for our client to spend less money, right, we'll tell them about it. We're not going to keep it a secret, you know, as a parallel, different kind of solution. But, you know, so cell phone company, right? I have deal with a cell phone company, and they're always changing their plans, right? And I looked the other day, and you know, we have 4 cell phones on the plan, so we pay quite a bit, right? And I realized that, whoa, geez, I could knock off $20 off of each set, $80 savings a month, right? Did my cell phone company call me and let me know that? No, right? Well, we do. So we make it clear to customers, right? And it, you know, that there's some savings there. So that's we try our best to keep the cost down low. And for existing customers, right, we want more. So give you recommendations. Reduce frustration. You know, we kind of touched a little bit on this on other aspects, but you know, the frustration, right? And I've seen this, you know, in my traditional IT role support, is that people can be very frustrated when their tech doesn't work, right? Especially when they're thrown at, you know, a situation where they got to pay a lot of money to get it fixed, right? It's even more frustrating, right? Well, because we're working with a relationship and we're understanding your day-to-day needs of your technology, that frustration is not really there, right? It's how could it be, right? Because there's if you have a problem or a need, or you're frustrated, and I say this to employees all the time when I'm talking to them, right? There's no reason for you to be frustrated. If you're frustrated, you need to call, right? Because yeah, we're using technology. It might not see everything, but that's why there's an ongoing relationship here, because you want to see what's happening, right? And stuff like that. So that's important. Environment of trust and e-commerce. So we're not there yet on this one, but we're working there. You know, where we'll go with ITHive.org eventually is to create like a community where what will exist in there is traditional IT support folks, right? And everybody would have their own trusted relationship with people supporting their technology, but also other services, right? So you could have an accountant or a lawyer or any type of service that makes sense to do things online. I actually have a friend who's a really good chef, and I'm going to be talking to him about maybe offering some online cooking courses or support for people that do things. So that's even outside the realm of technology, but this is where we're going, right? Where you have this community of trusted things, and everybody is getting information and understanding from that relationship, right? So we're running out of time a little bit here, but I'll make this quick. I'm on my last 2 points, and maybe some of these things have been covered already, and I think so. So, well, the last one is relationships, right? And then we touched a little bit on this and other things, but relationships are so important for us, right? It's the people-to-people thing here. And I think that's lost a lot in technology sometimes, right? That we forget about the people, right? And what is the person's need, right? You know, and just an example on that, and I've talked about this before, but you know, when I do a support call, right, I am connected remotely to my customer's computer, and the very first thing I do especially for some customers that may be not as strong with technology, I sit back and say, okay, show me what you're having trouble with, right? And I take the time to listen and understand that. And then I take that and turn that into an education piece. But not only that, computers are highly customizable. So if somebody's struggling with something, if there's a way that I can make it easy for them so that they don't have to remember stuff, or it could be as simple as a shortcut on their desktop, whatever the case may be, then we do that, right? So it's just like, oh, well, I just do that and go there and everything works. But that's what it's about, right? Empowerment and relationships, education, trust and safety, and building a community of safe computing and safe services, and hopefully cool services coming forward. So there you are. That's ITHive.org in a nutshell. And I know I've covered this before, but maybe this time covered it a little bit better. So if you know somebody, or if you are in need of good tech support, right, then please check out our website, ITHive.org, right, and give us a call, right? We'd love to help you out, and we'd love to support you. We definitely got room. We're not at the point where we have to say, oh, we'll slow, but always, and something I think that I'll just add, we're a little over, is that we are selective on who we take as clients. I have a client that I've been working on a solution for, but the client doesn't communicate. And it would be a nice client for us to have, but you know what? It's so important, and we teach this to our customers, that this is a relationship and a partnership. And if you're not there, right, well, it's very hard for us to be there too. So that's the way it goes. Anyway, all right. Again, have a good weekend. Sorry to go over the 15 minutes. Enjoy your time. Have a great week. And we will talk to you all next Saturday at 10 a.m. for episode 39. All right. If anybody has any ideas of what they want to hear about or talk about or learn about, get a hold of us, message us wherever you see us. We will respond, and we'll add that into our show. All right. Be computing. Everybody have a good time. See you. Bye.